Hey, Cooter. Joe, check this out. There's anywhere but here, man, on this here podcast.
Oh, I like me some podcasts, man.
What y'all talking about?
We're talking about anywhere but here.
What's anywhere but here? Anywhere but here in Mississippi?
No, man, anywhere but here over in England.
Hey, we ain't in England.
I know, but that's where the England's from.
What?
Hey, Cletus, remember when we went and saw that movie about the Wars in the Stars and they had like lightsabers and stuff like that? Well, these people here talk about things we like.
Really?
I guarantee.
Well, hot diggity damn. What we waiting for?
Anywhere but here podcast.
Hello and welcome to Anywhere But Here this week. This is episode 47, we believe. Nah.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, we did double check
this week.
Double check.
Off air. You can find us at abhpod.com where we do things.
Yeah, we've got
we post
RSS feeds and things like that.
We post our episodes up there. We put little blogs about the episodes up there.
Sometimes pictures, sometimes videos.
Yeah, depending on the stories that we talk about.
We should probably go in there afterwards and embed the YouTube video, shouldn't we?
Maybe we should. I do that on my own blog, actually.
Oh, you do? Awesome. Wow, there we go. We don't need to do it then. Yeah, on the website we've got an Amazon banner as well, so click that and do... have we got time for Christmas
I don't know.
shopping?
I mean,
I think we have if you're delivering locally to England.
The 15th, yeah, you've got just about enough time. So, you know, this is probably the last week before Christmas now that you're probably going to get your presents.
Yeah, I think guaranteed postage to anywhere else ended. Was it the 12th, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
To anywhere else in the world. And that's like the most expensive form of postage. Also, I'm not sure about... I had a question from one of our American pals.
Oh, yeah?
From... Drunk Geek.
Right.
Sorry. We do listen, honestly. Like, I just forget the name for some reason.
We've got so many friends now.
So many podcasts to listen to every week. It's hard work listening to people have fun, you know. But yeah, they asked about if they're able to buy from America, and I'm not sure if it works that way because it takes you to the .co.uk, and I think you have to have a separate plan if you want like money from America. So I don't know. I mean, if you go there and it takes you to the UK site, I wouldn't buy because it would just take forever to get there.
Yeah.
So
and also you'd have to worry about converting pounds to dollars and
so
all that other stuff. And
I'm not sure how that works. I mean, if you want to give it a go, give it a go. Well, let us know what you purchased and we can have a look to see if it credited us.
Yeah, I suppose. Give it see what happens.
Yeah, I don't know.
Throw caution to the wind.
Do it.
Throw your hard-earned dollars down the toilet.
Yeah, like we said on the website, there are links for the podcast RSS feed. There's also links to Stitcher and iTunes.
Yes, there are.
Is there an iTunes link, actually?
I think there is. Yeah, there definitely is.
Oh, it's a small
Yeah, it's
one,
a subscribe button, isn't it? So that's the one you should definitely be aiming for. Though if you're listening to this, you might already have, but you
might be listening to it on the website.
You might do. Just go along to the right and click the subscribe button because then you don't have to go back to the website every week.
And you don't have to go to your iTunes and search for anyone.
No, it will just magically appear when you refresh your podcasts.
Yes, whether it's on your phone or your computer.
Yes.
But there's Stitcher as well. You can listen to Stitcher. You can stream it from there.
True.
That's good.
I think we're on Windows Phone as well.
Oh, Stitcher Awards, podcast awards are out this week.
Are they?
At the minute. Like nominations. So you can nominate your favourite podcast for a Stitcher Award.
Or maybe we should...
But you have to like specify which category that goes into.
Yeah, and we're not sure, are we?
No. We're general interest, but that's not a category, unfortunately.
No, we need to work on being a definite category.
Yes. I don't know. Comedy?
Kind of. It's the closest.
If we want people to find us through this, we need to be in like the most like niche fucking category we can, so there's less competition. Comedy, lots of competition.
Yeah, very true. Maybe we should be in gardening or something.
We don't talk about gardening.
I know, but
I don't know. If you feel like nominating us for anything, go for it.
I'm sure we'll be nominating.
Because what happens is you nominate and then the top people in that category go out and you vote for who you want to win. So, and it'll be a way if our name is there.
Other people might find us.
Other people, yeah.
Yeah.
You don't see how well you're doing in the nominations. That's the problem.
Yeah.
I feel like my mic is too far over that way.
Oh dear.
Bang, 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 bang.
Hey, sound quality.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Yeah, we've also got YouTube where you can watch us, which you might be doing already.
And if you are, you can see Tom looking at my screen because I've put notes up for this intro this week.
I'm trying to read them. They're as far away from me as possible on the other side of your screen.
Hang on, on with Smoker.
It's all right. We're nearly
There we
through
go.
it. We're nearly through it. It's fine.
Yeah, youtube.com/ABH podcast.
And through all of these places that you can find our podcast, either YouTube, iTunes, Stitcher, all the rest of it, you can rate and subscribe and thumbs up and all the rest of it. You know, comments. They all help. If you could go to iTunes and leave a little review under our section on the iTunes store, that would be very, very nice indeed.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
Because again, that's another thing that helps people find us.
The same with on YouTube with
the more
thumbs
interactivity
up
there is, interaction.
stuff. Yeah.
Sorry, the interactivity.
Yeah.
No, interactivity is something you put into it.
Yeah, I
isn't it?
suppose.
So the more interaction there is on the comments and the thumbs up and stuff, the higher we will rate in the suggested videos down the right hand side.
Yes, which is
and
good.
you know when you're looking at those suggested videos and you see that it's an hour and 10 minutes long, you really want to click on that and watch the whole thing, don't you?
Yeah. We know that they're probably not. Well, we know for a fact they're not the most watched videos on
They
YouTube.
do a lot better than I thought, though.
Yeah, some of them are into the hundreds, aren't they? One of them.
Yeah, but I mean, generally it's between 5 and 10.
Yeah.
Which, for an hour-long video on YouTube, that's not bad.
That's
for
true.
like unknown people.
Yeah, true. And I've stopped watching them actually because I don't have enough time at the moment.
So one of them's not you anymore.
No, it used to be me.
I mean, some of them might be me going back and putting the annotations at the end.
Perhaps.
Which I'll do a week or two after it goes live. Because I always forget that I need to go back and do that.
We're on top
Like all my
of
Red
our
Dead
game.
Redemption gameplay videos, none of them have got a link to the next episode.
No.
Even though I've got next episode at the end of it. I don't know. But yeah, I think
that's
everything, isn't
pretty much it, all out the way.
Yeah, but thanks
succinctly.
to everyone buying on the Amazon banner on our website that we
Yes.
mentioned.
Yes.
Like we said, we have got enough to pay for the hosting. And that's all we've made, by the way.
Yeah, we're not making hundreds.
This
unlike-
equipment still
it's
out of
all-
our own pocket.
It's all to do with us. It's not. We were shouted out on a show called Nashcast this
they're
last
fairly
week.
new.
Yeah, they're on their 4th episode at the moment.
Yes.
You have given them a lot of technical supports to
Yeah.
get them up and running.
Yes,
You effectively, it should be Nashcast presented by Ant from ABH.
Yeah, and from
That's,
ABH presents Nashcast.
I think that should be what they go with, really.
but it's fine. I mean, that's what we're here for, to all the indies to help each other out.
Exactly,
I mean,
that's the point, isn't it? And if you've got technical knowledge that other people could use, then why not?
yeah, I mean,
share?
one of the first email correspondence we had from Sean, I don't know if we should take it as an insult, actually, now I think about it. One of the first correspondence was, if you need any technical help, just let us know.
Yeah.
Like, is he saying, you need technical help, tell me?
Is that Sean from Nerd Church?
Yeah,
was it? Yeah.
But I did ask him a couple of questions, I think, and also Booze from
Sweet Feathery Jesus.
yeah, SFJ. He helped us out with the Skype stuff
Oh,
as well.
okay.
I asked him how they did their Skype
Because their
stuff.
entire, like every single one of theirs is through Skype. Because the three
none
of them
are
on that.
together at all.
No, one of them's over here in the UK. One of them's in Texas, and the other one's in somewhere in the mountains somewhere,
Somewhere
isn't
in
he?
the mountains.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're always completely separate from each other.
Mm.
But they do it Skype every week. So yeah, he helped out. So it's just kind of like passing on
This is it.
the goodwill.
Yeah, and you've given quite a bit of technical help to Scott, haven't you? So, you know, it's all good. But he seems to be under the impression that all of our equipment has come from Amazon. We'd like to let you know, Scott, you're not gonna get as much as you think you are.
Talk to all these indie podcasters. There's no money in podcasting.
No, mate, no. It's
only
lucky
reason
that you
we've-
had. It's lucky that you had that money to have all those nice bits of equipment in the first place.
Yeah, yes,
we had
you
to. If you watch successive videos of ours, you see the gradual upgrade.
Yeah, and I think once or twice we're like, and I thought, fuck it, I'll just buy it with my own money.
Yeah, basically.
Because we weren't getting a lot of money. I mean, it's taken us like practically on a year
Yeah.
to get the 45 quid for our hosting.
Yeah.
Like, but you know what? That's all we asked for. We wanted it to be self-funding.
Yeah, exactly. That's all we asked for at the very beginning.
And to be fair, 30 quid of that 45 has come within the last 2 months because
Yes.
we've just been bang on fucking.
We've been
just
fucking
please,
hammering it
please.
into people for Christmas shopping. But I think that's going to happen year on year, is that you won't see
it's going
very
to be right
much.
Towards the end, and people are like,
It will
we're not going to get any Ant and Tom unless we help them, and I really want them.
It will basically be me sporadically throughout the year, and then in Christmas it will be everyone.
Because we put out tweets and Facebook messages and begging on the podcast.
And I've texted my entire family to let them know to use it.
I think Tom's family have funded this podcast, if I'm honest with you. And Stephen from
History of Misunderstanding, who actually postponed his buying of anything until we fixed the problem with the Amazon banner,
and
which
it wasn't our problem.
was his ad blocker blocking the ad. So yeah, if you've had problems actually with the Amazon banner, it could be that your ad blocker is blocking it. So if you
temporarily turn it off, or allow ads from ABH
anywhere but here, so then you will be able to go through the Amazon banner and buy all your stuff and help us out.
Yeah, and if you do it, I'll tell you what: remove your Amazon bookmark if you've got one that you click in your
thing, and have us.
Yeah, click on the banner and then add that address as a bookmark. So you just click that button, and it always defaults to our link.
That's a very good idea.
Do it.
I should do that.
You should.
Anyway, that's enough about us and enough about... You should go and listen to Nashcast, by the way, because they are very funny, especially the 4th episode. The most recent episode, I think, is their strongest so far.
That was the beard episode, wasn't it?
It was the beard episode.
It got a bit creepy.
It did get a little bit, a
bit pervy.
Yeah. But
it was funny.
Whatever.
It's blokes chatting, isn't it?
Exactly. It is bloke chat,
bloke
really
chat.
Was.
Yeah.
They covered their top 10...
kind of.
Yeah, half covered their top 10 female celebrities.
Free list.
That they would. Yeah.
The free list.
And
the list
also,
of people that they're allowed.
Yes. And also the gay list as well.
The gay list.
Yeah.
Yeah, who was their gay list? Oh, John Barrowman. And the guy from Due South?
Yes, the Mountie from Due South. Yeah, that's right. Who looks
similar.
roughly similar to John Barrowman.
But yeah,
so that's a new podcast this week that we're touting.
Yes, definitely.
Along with all the others that we usually...
I'm subscribed. I'm waiting for them, their new episode.
For the new one. There's a couple more that have added us as friends on Twitter recently that I think we're going to have to check out. But we're running out of hours in the day.
I done 12 hours extra yesterday, 12-hour shift, so had a couple that I caught up there, I think. I can't remember who they were now.
There was Status
Offline.
Yeah.
Status Offline? Yeah, the Irish podcast. They're really good. They've got several different shows that they do. They do one specific for movies and TV, one for music, I think, and one for gaming.
Right.
So, you don't have to listen to every episode. Just listen to the one that interests you, I suppose. But they're really good.
And there's one called Three Bods and One Pod, which I haven't listened to just yet.
I haven't. That's one I need to add.
Yeah, because they're British as well.
Oh, are they another British
Yes.
one? Awesome. All these British podcasts coming up.
Yeah, I know. It's quite good, isn't it? Because it used to be that it was just Americans and us until we found History of Misunderstanding and then Stinking Paws.
And I think through them we've all kind of found...
Yeah.
Because it's now that new thing on Twitter where it's kind of like, all of these people that you follow have just started following this person, so you might be interested in them.
Yeah.
And it's like,
it's all good.
They've got cast at the end of their Twitter name. I'm going to subscribe. I'm going to look at them.
Yeah, it's all good. I think we'll become an unstoppable conglomerate at some point.
Yeah, all of our listeners will consist of podcasters.
Yeah, basically.
Oh well.
But it's still very niche over here, isn't it? Like I was at a birthday party last night, a 50th birthday party for one of Joe's workmates. Heather, and we got talking as you do. Like Joe, Heather, and Andy, her other half, were the only people in that room I knew, and there were a lot of people there.
The best types of parties.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not too bad in that situation, but because I'm quite. I did bar work and retail for a very, very long time, so I know how to speak to. Yeah. Various people, but I was slightly overwhelmed because also we were all dressed up. The theme was Oscars, and if you've seen,
making sense.
If you've seen my Facebook, I posted a picture of myself on Facebook the other night in my spats and my waistcoat and my dicky bow
and your penguin shoes.
Yeah. So I was dressed up to the nines. which is kind of uncomfortable anyway, really.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't mind dressing up, but in a room full of strangers with the most peacockish shoes that you've ever seen.
Yeah, you went for the outfit that would kind of draw attention to yourself.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I didn't. Jo bought those shoes because she thought that, we were going to do a 20s theme, but then wouldn't have a picture taken of herself. She looked very good.
You're going to be like Bugsy Malone.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, it was that kind of era. But yeah, we got sat with these people from like Bristol area,
right?
An older couple, and I can't remember whether it was Jo or whether it was Heather who mentioned the fact that I do this.
Yeah.
And they got very, very interested in it, but it's so niche that people don't really understand still. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like I said to you the other week. Did I say it to you that Saren, who we went,
yes,
who was out the other last week when we went out?
Yeah, she's our age.
But she's asked before. She kind of goes, "So what's the podcast?" I said, "Well, it's like talk radio."
Yeah.
But kind of like just people chatting, and she's like, "Oh, I don't really get it." It's kind of that's what it is. I mean, I don't know how better to explain it.
There is no other way to describe what we do.
Last week she said the same thing. We were talking about podcasts. She went, "I still don't get what that is."
Just listen to it.
Yeah, but I think to be fair, I think if she listens to it, she'd be like, "But then why would you do it?"
Yeah.
I think it's that she doesn't understand why would you do it and why would people listen to it.
Yeah, maybe.
Not that it's shit, it's just like I don't understand why people would listen to just two people talking. But I've always kind of liked talk radio. So it kind of makes sense to me that...
And I think it's more of an American thing anyway, talk radio. There's not a lot of mainstream talk radio shows in this country.
No, which is why I just listen to podcasts.
Yeah, I mean, with the exception of Radio 5 Live, but that's generally about sports.
Yeah.
And the one movie show.
Yes.
Every Friday.
Yeah, it's...
The rest, all major mainstream radio in this country is generally, pop music stations or black music stations.
Yes.
Or Asian music stations.
Unless you get digital radio.
Yeah, true. Then you've got your rock stations and all that. Yeah.
But people people don't understand podcasting, and I totally understand.
Yeah, I get it.
I get the whole, but why would you do it? Like, why would people? Why would we assume that people want to listen to us?
Well, we didn't at first, did we? That's the thing.
No, it sounds like quite an arrogant thing, I suppose.
Yeah, that we think are banal conversations are worth listening to by people from across the sea, but actually that's what it's become. People
across
do
the sea.
Yeah,
that sounds like some alien race or something.
I'm going a bit literary with it, I suppose.
Yeah, people from across the sea. But yeah, it's kind of, oh my god, I've got a winter throat coming on, I think. Sorry.
Ooh. At least there was no real phlegm there. But it's kind of what it's become though, isn't it? Like people from America listen to us every week. People from the UK listen to us every week.
We've had some weird places.
Very odd hits from places like China and Myanmar.
Yeah,
and,
Russia.
Peru.
There was one in
that
Peru.
Was the weirdest one. I think we've had some in Australia and Canada and
New Zealand.
Mainly
English-speaking countries have got the
UAE, wasn't it? United Arab Emirates or somewhere around there.
On there. But it does seem to be like the English-speaking countries obviously are getting the majority of them.
Obviously, because we
But then there's just some odd ones scattered. If you're one of the odd ones scattered around, explain to us, please.
Yeah.
Are you on like a military base or something?
Yeah, maybe.
I know you hear a lot of podcasts and they talk about, they get letters from people on military bases, like in Afghanistan and stuff, and they listen to it with their squad. But yeah, I'm not saying that we have, but it'd just be interesting to find out if that's what's going on.
If you're in a far-flung place, a far-flung corner of the world, give us an email at abhpod@gmail.com.
Yeah, do that.
And let us know where you are and how you found us.
That would be interesting, actually.
I think so,
That would be very interesting.
For sure. So and these guys were getting very, at this party that I was talking about a while back, just very, very interested. And actually, he was like, do you have a card? And I think we need to get cards made.
That's right. We get onto Vistaprint. They're always saying get 100 free cards.
He was quite interesting. He was a nuclear safety expert.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I know. Yeah. So if we'd have given him a card, he might have. I mean, he was in his 50s, but he might have been interested.
We'd need to do a lot of reading before.
Yeah, because I tried to have a conversation with him about it, but I don't know anywhere near enough. It was like, because obviously I told him about being in the banking world as well, yes. And basically what he does, he's an internal regulator for EDF Energy that goes round
making sure they're following all procedures and stuff, yeah.
But he's like, it's quite difficult because I'm the internal regulator. You're also working alongside the company and the external.
So you're actually auditing the company that you work for.
Yeah, so if
which is a wrong way to do it.
If you're too harsh on EDF Energy, then they get upset with you, but if you're too lenient, then the external regulator are like, yeah, well, you're fudging.
You're
the
working
facts
for
because
them,
yeah.
It is a bit. That's a bit twisted. Like, I don't think any company should have internal auditing. Like that.
Every company should probably be externally audited.
Yes,
but
definitely.
You've got to look into who's funding the external audits and stuff like that as well.
It's very true because the energy companies. I don't want to get into the fucking.
But it's all political
conspiracy of it. You know,
we all know that. Energy
companies own the world.
Yeah, basically.
I'm not going to fucking turn it. I can't be bothered. I'm trying my mic's not in the right place and I can't adjust it without making noise. But yeah, that actually reminds me, you're saying about the nuclear safety person. Have you been keeping up with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D?
I haven't watched the most recent episode,
okay, no.
Because it wasn't on...
There was one singular one.
Right.
So it wasn't on for a week.
Yeah, that's right.
And then this week they had one.
Yeah.
And then it's taken the Christmas break.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah, because I missed it. I missed it last week because it wasn't on, and then I've been out every night this week.
So you haven't seen this week's one?
No, I haven't.
Okay. Oh. But yeah, you saw the one with the safety guy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he caused the machine. If you haven't seen it,
I'm
that's sorry.
Right.
He caused the machine to explode because he loved this woman.
Yeah.
And he wanted her to notice him. It's just a bit like, I am still enjoying it.
Yeah, I do enjoy it.
It's getting a lot more interesting with Sky's story about who are her parents.
Yeah.
Liz has got a theory that it's bloody May and Coulson.
Right, okay.
Which I can't see. Maybe May, but not Coulson.
No.
I don't think.
I still wonder whether Coulson is some sort of robot.
Well, from the last episode, they're gonna start
uncovering that, are they?
They're going to start getting into it. And the last episode I thought was good, and it got to the end of it, I was like, oh, I want to watch the next one.
Right, because this is the first time you've been on top of it, isn't it, really?
Yeah, we caught up a couple of weeks ago. Yeah. So we actually caught up with the one, we watched 2 episodes the last week before the break. So we actually watched 2 that night to catch up. We've only been like 1 or 2 behind, and we just caught up.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm caught up now. I'm even more caught up than you now.
Yeah, which is the first time so far.
Yeah. But I'm still enjoying Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
It was a bit rocky.
It's still not quite...
It's not perfect,
Avengers.
is it? No.
It's like people say it's not Joss Whedon is clearly not writing it. He's just overseeing it.
I think. Because he's doing all sorts of other things,
He's doing Avengers 2 and all sorts. So yeah, I still think it's good. I'm still enjoying it.
Yeah. And I think most people...
And it's going to be one of those things when you go and watch Avengers 2, it's going to be beneficial to you if you have watched Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah, there will be tiny tie-ins, won't there?
Yeah. And they'll probably bring Sky and people like that.
I would imagine
Fitzsimmons,
so.
They're fucking hilarious.
Yeah,
I love
hilarious.
Fitzsimmons.
Yeah.
They're brilliant.
They're great. I think most people's problem with it is that there aren't any superheroes in it, though. But the thing is, that's not the point of it.
No, because that's not all she'll do.
No.
They go after alien technology.
Yeah, it's more like the X-Files. You didn't have... Not every single episode was about aliens, was it?
Not episode had a monster.
Yeah.
Not every episode had a monster.
No.
That's not... Yeah,
that's not the point.
It's not X-Files by any stretch of the imagination.
God, no. I mean, but that's the closest thing that I can really compare it to.
Yeah, I suppose they're undercover. They're a secret government agency who are seeking out fucking alien technology,
extraterrestrial shit, and weird, unexplainable, activity.
But I am enjoying it. I'm still enjoying it.
Yeah, me too.
It's fun.
Kind of stand
easy.
Behind it.
It's
easy. You don't really have to think about it, do you?
And if you've gathered anything from this podcast in the last few weeks, I like easy reads and easy watches.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of stuff out there, and to consume media wise, and if you're gonna spend so long devoting yourself to something, it might as well just be something a bit more throwaway. I mean, I devoted a lot of time to Lost and got really pissed off at the ending of it. Like, the first couple of series were fucking brilliant, and then there was only supposed to be 4 series, sorry.
Yeah.
And then because of the success of it, the studio made them write in another couple of series, and it all got stretched out. And
it goes on that whole thing where the writer of it has this initial idea, and it's
which
going to
is
span
great.
this amount of time, and that's why those series work.
Yeah.
Now, when it gets extended and the writer's like, oh shit, I've got to come up with more stories now.
I mean, this is why stuff like 40 Towers is still fucking brilliant.
There was like, what was it?
12
like
episodes.
It was 2 series, wasn't it? Of 6 episodes.
Yeah.
And it was
but
like
the thing is, you watch them.
Flowery Twats. That's still my favourite one.
Yeah, Watery Otters. But that is a genius series. You never get bored of those episodes.
No, definitely not. I need to buy those. I brought them for my dad a few Christmases ago. I need to get them for myself.
Yeah, I never bought them because they were all... Oh, really?
With him whacking the tree whacking the car with the tree. Like you get that die-cast model. Yeah. Oh, fucking hell, John Cleese.
Absolute legend. Oh. But yeah, those things, because they never made any more, it never ran out of steam.
No, and people are upset that there's not more. It would have been great. I would have loved more, but no, you wouldn't. You
probably wouldn't. Look at, for example, Only Fools and Horses. It went on and on and on, and they are good,
but they did lose some of the shine. And it's the same with things like Simpsons. As it goes on, it's getting worse and worse.
Yeah,
still funny, but
they revived it a bit after the film, didn't they? Because some of the original writers came back.
Yeah, because there was more money in it, probably. Yeah. The money was back.
And this is also why I prefer Futurama to The Simpsons.
That's only come back once so far.
So far. It will come back again. It has to. It's amazing.
I haven't watched enough Futurama.
Oh, they're great. They're brilliant. Because the thing is, unlike The Simpsons, where it's episodic, like Futurama has an overarching storyline.
Yeah.
Like... Each episode is episodic, but there are themes that go throughout all the series, like linked together.
Yeah. I know what you mean because I'm getting there with Doctor Who. I'm catching up. And
right.
There's like Futurama and Doctor Who are completely separate, but Doctor Who has that thing where, like you say, each episode is a singular episode, and you can just watch that singular episode, but there are little bits in each episode that they will come back to and they will relate to. But yeah, it is good.
Fair play. I don't know whether I can be bothered to kind of catch up with it. Yeah.
It's good.
I know it is. I know it is. And everyone that talks about it is
very,
very passionate. And yeah, it makes you want to watch it. But again, it's my whole thing with like too much time has passed. There are too many episodes.
But I only started watching it this year.
Yeah.
And I'm on season series, whatever you want to call it, 6. Yeah. And then season 7, and then I'm caught up. Well, no, because 8 will have started then because the Christmas one's coming out. But I'm getting like,
the thing is, I'm kind of
the Matt Smith ones.
Yeah,
I was, but I can't get them on my iPad anymore because I was watching them when I was like either doing the washing up or cooking dinner. Or watching them. Now I can't because I need to go to the TV to watch them. Unless I buy them. So I don't know.
Because I'm kind of interested to see what Peter Capaldi's Doctor Who is going to be like.
Yeah, that'll be interesting. I love the fact everyone was like, "Oh, you can't have an old Doctor." The first ever Doctor
have you seen that?
Was old.
yeah. Even Sean Pertwee was old.
The Doctor was old.
Yeah,
I think he's supposed to be. Or originally he was this knowledgeable sort of
kind of
imposing figure.
Yeah, because that first
fun
Doctor
in the reboots.
Yeah, that first Doctor whose name completely escapes me.
Yeah,
it's all quite serious, and he's quite straight down the middle, and kind of he tells them what. He doesn't seem like he's having fun. He's kind of schooling people, isn't he? Really?
Yeah, he's there.
He's like a teacher.
And that's all he's there for.
Yeah, he's like a teacher or something, isn't he? Like a very stern teacher.
Yeah, and that does. Yeah, and I quite liked him. I watched a couple of episodes, and I quite liked him actually. And his original companion, which I wasn't aware of, is his bloody granddaughter.
Yes,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, apparently so.
But he was. I watched his, and he was very to the point, and kind of like, well, he was kind of saying to his granddaughter, like he was like, now we have to move on because people know about us. We're going to move on, and the daughter's like, well, no, I don't want to move on. I want to stay at school. He's like, stay at school then.
Oh,
you stay here, I'll go on my own. It's just kind of, what the fuck?
Yeah, his name's William Hartnell.
Oh, that's it, Hartnell, yeah.
Yeah, I had to look that up.
Yeah, but he was just kind of like, well, if you want to stay here. I'm going. Oh, shit.
Oh, all right then.
Or he wouldn't let the teachers out of the TARDIS once they were inside. Like they kind of came
Yeah,
in the
that
TARDIS
was it.
and
It
then
was
he
either
wouldn't-
you come with me or you stay behind.
Yeah, no, he wouldn't let them out. Yeah, that was when they were outside TARDIS. But once they got inside, I think he was like, he wouldn't let the teachers out, and they had to come with him. He was just like, oh shit! He took them to some fucking desert planet. But I don't know. We're not talking about Doctor Who.
No,
again.
let's
Sorry,
not.
People don't like it. We
There's
understand.
there's been so many.
Recently, yeah. Oh, Led Zeppelin are on Spotify now.
Are they? Ooh,
Cool.
good times.
Got a notification. I had to read it.
Now, listeners who have been listening for a while, or people that have caught up with old episodes,
Yes.
will know about my my obsession with North Korea.
Do you know what's really weird? When
What?
I was at work, I was thinking, we need to go back and do something about North Korea.
Yeah.
We haven't spoken for it for
I never
ages.
did get my
And you've actually-
Kim Jong Un T-shirt.
No, but I know what you're going to talk about now, actually.
Yeah, you
Because I
do.
did look at it.
Yeah.
I saw it, spotted it, and I was going to bring it up, and I thought, no, I won't.
Well, mental, chubby, baby-faced
Kim
leader
Jong number
of
Un.
Korea, Kim Jong number Un, has executed his uncle. Now we talked about his uncle and his aunt on a previous episode
Yeah, I
way
think-
back,
yeah.
because she's the one who owns the burger restaurant, isn't she?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's quite up there in the military ranks.
Yeah.
What's his name? Where's it gone? Chang Song Thaek. Apparently he has been executed he was executed on Thursday for acts of treachery.
Oh. What are acts of treachery?
Well, we'll get to that.
What does that cover?
See, I should have done slightly more reading of this. But basically what happened is fucking hell.
You went for the long article.
Yeah, obviously.
Apparently he's worse than a dog. I saw there.
Yes.
In bold.
Yeah.
This does make while you're
Yeah,
researching
you-
it, this does
you
make me
flannel.
think, because I read that Escape from Camp 13.
Yes.
Was it? I think it was 13. Anyway, but it's about that, and one of the rules apparently over there was if a member of your family is treasonous or does anything that's against the rules of the country, then the rest of the family gets put in a camp as well.
Right.
Because that means there's bad blood in your family.
I guess, yeah.
So if his uncle
Yeah.
committed an act of treachery, does that mean that he's got bad blood?
Well, technically,
Or
yes.
is he only uncle through marriage? And was his auntie the blood
Well, this is it.
relation?
Mr. Chang was married to the sister of the late leader Kim Jong Il, so he's
so
not
it's a
blood,
different
so it's
bloodline.
okay.
Okay.
No,
that's what I was going to say.
He's most see him as the second most important figure in the country behind Kim Jong Un, obviously.
His uncle?
Yeah.
Wow.
He's held or has held or was holding several key posts, but this week was dramatically removed from a special party session by armed guards and stripped of all his titles.
Wow.
And then shot.
Yeah, I imagine as they were doing that, he was shitting himself.
Quite possibly. The Central News Agency KCNA said he admitted at a military trial to trying to overthrow the state, and he had been executed immediately.
Wow.
A long and detailed statement described him as a despicable human scum, worse than a dog. 2 of his closest aides had already been executed, and many of his subordinates and allies have reportedly been recalled to Pyongyang. Correspondents say the speed and the brutality of Mr. Chang's case has been startling. Political purges are common, but the regime rarely makes such an exhibition of senior figures who fall from grace.
That's like, how dare you try and fucking clean up this country?
Yeah. I think
Jesus.
what it basically came down to, I mean, there's a lot of behind the scenes stuff, but there was some footage of him and he wasn't clapping quite as hard as everyone else around him.
Jeez, that state, that country is just...
It's ridiculous, isn't it?
Just messed up, big time.
Yeah, it's starting to kind of worry all the surrounding countries like Japan and China again.
That they're getting so...
Because even the Chinese who are, who are kind of friendly-ish with North Korea are a bit like this guy. This guy's a little bit unhinged. Like if Kim Jong Il wasn't unhinged enough, this fella is he's off the chain.
That's messed up. Don't worry, Dennis Rodman will sort him out.
Yeah, they're friends.
Dennis Rodman's friends with him.
Yeah, they spent some time together last year, didn't they? Or something. That was a bit strange because he's a big basketball fan.
Yes,
and
he's a big fan of Dennis Rodman.
Apparently, the aunt, Kim Kuk-Thay, she's managed to escape any of these purges. And I suppose that's due to the bad blood thing. I wonder if she's still got her burger chain. I don't know.
I should imagine. That probably brings a bit of money in, doesn't it?
Well, yeah. The only burger restaurant in the whole of North Korea, isn't it?
There you go. You got to buy your burgers from there. It must bring in a lot of money. It's just...
It's mental. Like it was all televised as well.
Executions are televised to make sure everyone else in the country stays on track.
Yeah. So basically,
the place is brutal, absolutely brutal, and you can understand all these people trying to get in and rescue people, and all these charities and things. There's their family tree.
Yeah.
Cousin, also wife. I shouldn't doubt.
Yeah, quite possibly. So that happened.
Yeah, they did.
Which was a bit weird because I saw it on the news as I was leaving work. On Friday night. I don't know why it had taken that long for the news to break.
Well, because it's coming out of North Korea.
Yeah, I suppose.
They've got to make sure that they get the right information out, and people that get the information out have to be very careful about how they do it.
True.
But yeah, I saw it when I was frantically looking for news stories after work yesterday. I saw it and was... Yeah, I kind of assumed you would bring it up. And I did think we needed to talk about North Korea again because we haven't spoken about it for ages.
It has been a thing.
As I said, I read that book and I wanted to read more books. Guess what I haven't done?
Have you not read any more books?
I've not read any more books about North Korea, no. We say a lot of stuff that we're going to do and never do it. What else? Oh, the Nelson Mandela. Did you I imagine you saw the news about his interpreter.
No, I didn't.
You didn't see?
No.
Oh, Jesus. Right, I'm not going to say his name. Tamsan...
You're not going to say his name, but then you try.
Yeah. He's got a long...
His interpreter...
Yeah, the sign language interpreter at the Nelson Mandela Memorial event, who repeatedly signed gibberish as world leaders addressed the crowd, has previously faced a charge of murder. So what happened? They were doing... what did it say? Yeah, so it was something to do with Mandela. It was like funeral, it was the world leaders or something. They had a sign language interpreter stood next to the guy talking. Apparently the sign language interpreter was not signing what they were saying at all. It was just complete bollocks. It wasn't even sign language throughout the whole event.
Do you think they got him confused? They were like, oh, you're the sign language guy. Come on, in front of the camera.
Yeah, it was like one of those things in a comedy film where he snuck into the event under a thing and he was stood there like, oh, you're here at last. He's like, yeah.
Or even like that random taxi driver that ended up on the news over here a few years back he was waiting for someone down in the lobby and they were like, oh, it's you, and they put him on air on BBC News 24 as some sort of as some expert in some field or other.
Oh, Jesus.
But he was just, and he went along with it as well.
Oh my God! So case of mistaken identity.
Funny. Yeah.
Yeah, this guy, he said it was a schizophrenic episode or something. He was having a schizophrenic episode, which is why he just signed gibberish because he panicked and didn't know what he was doing there. But yeah, apparently, I don't know what these sort of stories about. I don't know what it's got to do with anything about him being on a murder charge.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he was schizophrenic and began to hear voices as he attempted to interpret the speeches. But apparently he was reportedly charged with murder. Repeatedly charged. In 2003, as well as rape in 94, theft in 95, break into a house in 97, malicious damage to property in 98, and attempted murder and kidnapping in 2003. And he was at a big state event.
Bloody hell.
Nah, that's a bit mental.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was just... there's like gifs of him just randomly signing
random.
But I thought that was hilarious.
That's quite funny.
The whole fake sign language thing is hilarious. The
Yeah,
rape,
well,
and murder,
yeah.
and kidnapping, not so much.
Yeah. Oh dear.
Oh God, Rich. Yeah.
That's worrying. Lots of pictures here on the BBC website.
Of the execution.
Well,
the
not
stripping.
the execution, but they're actually editing him out of official photographs now, like already.
Oh my God.
They're editing this guy, Kim Jong Un's uncle, out of official photographs.
That's messed
mad.
up. And they've actually replaced him with someone else in that one.
Yeah.
Or is that him being taken away?
I think that's from the actual
Photos
the court
confirms his
hearing.
dismissal was public and absolute bloody hell.
Yeah. So, like, they pretty much marched him out after that
That's
in
so-
handcuffs. So he was put on trial for. I mean, it's
That must
mad,
be
isn't it?
terrifying. To be
Yeah. Rubbish.
Mm.
There were a couple of things that I forgot to mention on last week's show because
You said
this is the way that my mind has been working recently with,
overtime. And
Yeah, I mean, we've been praised, actually. We were praised by Stephen from A History of Misunderstanding this week for, we had a text conversation earlier on in the week and
Yeah.
he was like, we were talking about, because they're obviously playing catch up because they're behind.
Yes.
And he was saying that, it astounds him and Smokey how we manage to get out a show every single week.
Yeah.
Even though we both are working quite a few extra hours as well.
It causes problem. Like today, I obviously wake up with Chloe and just got to spend a little bit of time with her in the morning, have my shower, get in the car, drive up to here, going to record, do some recording for a couple of hours, then I've got to get back in my car, go home. Then I've got to go do the weekly food shop, get home, unpack that stuff, then go to Liz's mum and dad's. It's like, if we weren't so committed to getting one out every week, I'd phone Tom some weeks and be like, I don't want to record this week.
Yeah.
It's like, it's not easy. It's definitely difficult. And like Tom has to drive down to me. Well, get Joe to drive down.
Well, it's either or.
He gets dropped off at my house some weeks, does his recording, then he's got to walk all the way across town to get picked up from Joe. Sometimes they go and do stuff after.
And again,
it is.
It's
it's
brutal.
like a 20-minute journey each way as well. So that's nearly an hour of travelling to do it.
Yeah.
It's brutal, but we do it because we enjoy it and because we like the interaction with people. And now, because we've done it for so long, and we're episode every week, we don't want the backlash that it might cause.
Well, it's not even that. It's just a question of pride now, isn't it? I think.
Yeah. It's stubbornness.
Yes. Yeah.
And you'll find out in a couple of weeks quite how stubborn we are about getting an episode out every week.
Yes. Yeah. Where was I going with that?
Yes, Stephen was saying about how we managed to get an episode out every week.
Oh, fuck. This is the problem with going on fucking tangents.
Oh, no, we were talking about planning stories, was it?
No,
about forgetting things. Stuff we were going to mention last week that you didn't.
Yeah, but I got onto something else then, didn't I?
Oh, so you got into a tangent from that, and then we tangented from that and just got lost.
Yeah. I mean, this is why the last few episodes have been a little bit kind of hit and miss, I think, really.
No.
But yeah, so I've forgotten a couple of things
Yes.
in the past that I've wanted to talk about on the show because no one actually has talked about this particular thing.
About the fact that we struggle to...
No. Forget
the
that.
story. Sorry,
Forget
the story.
that. Come out of the 2 layers of Inception. Come out to the first dream.
I'm still in fucking in
You're still
Inception.
in the second dream, aren't you?
So
No,
we're
we're
coming
back in-
to the original dream.
Yeah.
Okay, carry on. The thing you've forgotten
Yes.
that people haven't brought up.
That no one brought up on podcasts. And I don't know whether it's because, people pick a specific topic or most people's are to do with like film or whatever that I listen to.
Yeah, ours are just random anything that piques our interest.
Yeah. 2 weeks ago, Tom Daley came out.
Yeah.
The Olympic
That's a good point.
diver.
That's a very good point.
Was anyone surprised?
No, that was a contender for non-news, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I saw that on
Yeah.
Twitter. Someone said, "Is this non-news?"
Yeah, me. I said that.
Yeah. Oh, it was you. It was you
Yeah.
that said it. Yeah.
And completely forgot about it in a couple of days leading up to
I think that's why no one brought it up because it's non-news.
Just so. I mean, I called that the first time he appeared in the Olympics, which wasn't even this year. It was 4 years previous.
I will bring up the fact that he half came out of the closet.
Yeah.
Because he's still interested in women. He still likes women. He's just found a man that he connects with. So he's not gay. He's bisexual. And it just does astound you that people are still too scared to fully come out.
I know. What's so fucking bad about it?
I mean, let's be honest. Like you said, you called it the first time he was in the Olympics. Me and Liz, for several years, and it's very immature, I've called him Tom Daley. Because he's clearly...
He is.
It is difficult. You can't just say, "Oh yeah, he's definitely gay." I've done that before. Gone, is he? He seems quite a camp. Is he gay? No, he's got a wife and kids. So it's very, very difficult to kind of.
Yeah.
But I called Stephen Gately the first couple of times I saw him. I was like, "Oh, he's gay," and then like about 6 years later, he came out.
Yeah. Some people you just get a feeling. Yeah.
But it's just some people you can just see, and Tom Daley you can definitely see.
Yeah, but it was massive news that he'd posted a video on his YouTube channel.
Yeah,
saying that he'd found this.
He put ads on that YouTube video. He should have done.
Yeah, he should have monetized that.
Made a mint.
Made 2 million hits in the first day. That video.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's insane. So yeah, I don't know what the big deal is anymore about coming out and being gay in the public.
There's no big deal. It's only a big deal if a celebrity does it. Because they're like mega important.
Bullshit though, isn't it really? I mean, yeah.
It's a celebrity status thing. Like I said to someone this week, celebrity status helping sort of things. It's like when you watch the X Factor, because that's finishing tonight. Isn't it? Yeah, it's the final tonight.
I haven't.
And there's this woman who has got an absolutely incredible singing voice.
Right.
And if she doesn't win it, I call fucking shit. But they have been kind of showing her nan and how proud her nan is, and they flew her nan to this final to make sure she was there to talk on camera. And
right.
So they're pushing her to win. And anyone who says it's not a fix is talking fucking bollocks. Because the other people, it's like, oh, your friends are here. Hey, how's you doing? And this one, it's like, your nan's here. And she's getting all emotional about it and shit. And if she doesn't win, I'll be surprised. But if she had come up through the ranks as a singer on her own, there's no way that she would be as successful as she's going to be with her first record.
No, you're right.
It's because she is a pseudo-celebrity on a pseudo-reality show like The X Factor that she is going to make a success of her first album.
Yeah.
If that. But if she'd have come out as a normal pop star, there's no way she would have made anything of herself. That's why it's kind of like they go, oh, I'm so surprised you haven't done anything yet. Well, because they don't deserve to, because they're not as good. And when you see them teamed up, you saw one guy teamed up with Ellie Goulding on the Wembley, the semi-final last night.
Right.
He sang with Ellie Goulding. Like, he looked like an amateur next to her. You saw this girl,
because they are.
This woman who's going to win sang with Nicole Scherzinger from Pussycat Dolls, and she just fucking showed her up. Essentially, like it's just that's why they haven't made anything of it, because they're not
watch these.
They're
programs.
not professionals.
No.
It's interesting to see. I mean, the auditions are the best. The bits, the cringe moments.
But it's been going on for 15 years now, isn't it? I don't.
X Factor's 10 years.
Yeah, but then you've got Pop Stars and Pop Idol before that. It's all the same show. And you notice the last 3 years, people who've won it haven't gone on to do anything.
No, the only one who ever did properly was Will Young.
Yeah.
And he released his album. He released his Pop Idol album. Oh, it was Pop Stars, Pop Idol, The Rivals, because it's him and Gareth Gates. No, actually, no, I think it was just Pop Idol. No, it was
Pop Stars, wasn't it?
That was the groups. Anyway, whichever one he won, he released that album, then he disappeared for 2 years. He went, oh, where's he gone? The reason he disappeared was because he went to write his own music and record his own album, and he came back and he made a pretty fair success of it, I think.
Yeah.
He done quite well.
Yeah.
And he done well for years. And I think he released a song like an album last year or the year before.
Well, he was at Tea in the Park a couple of years ago when I went there.
So he's still going. He's still making a go of it. And he is an artist. He is very good at what he does. I don't like what he does, but he's good at it.
He does adequately enough to have a career.
Yeah.
But
of sorts.
I mean, apart from One Direction, but how long's that bubble going to last?
Not long at all, I don't think. Although they're getting into the thing where they are co-writing some of their music, so they might be able to make it, string it out for a long time.
Yeah. I mean, I know that bands were being put together. I mean, the Monkees were a band that were put together.
Yeah,
they were
couldn't even play their
manufactured.
instruments.
They were a TV show.
Yeah.
And they learnt to play their instruments after they were on TV.
It was a bet, wasn't it? There was the manager of them made a bet with someone. The guy, he said to someone like, "Oh, I could put a band together and I could get them a number one by the end of the year, or something like that. I will bet you this much money." And the guy goes, "Oh, I bet you can't." And then he went and formed the Monkees and did it. And it was just that there was the start, and that proves.
Yeah. So it's the Monkees' fault.
Yeah, the Monkees did it. The Monkees flung poo and hit everyone.
But it's just, it's why I quite like The Voice when it came out, because they actually use kind of semi-professional
judges,
singers. Anyway,
the singers,
like the contestants themselves
you have to
actually had a background.
To enter, you have to be a performing artist.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
which
I think. Well, Kerry Ellis entered one year.
Who?
Kerry Ellis. I talked about her before. She's a theatre, the one who I saw in Wicked.
Oh yeah.
She was the West End star. She entered. And she performs with Brian May regularly and records with Brian May on a regular basis. But and she went on The Voice and didn't get through, and it's like...
Yeah, no, I know, but...
She doesn't need to.
No,
at all.
That's the point.
And I don't think she'd make a very good pop star anyway.
More of a competition than X Factor is more freak show.
But then one of the guys who got to the final was there because he was Amy Winehouse's friend.
That sucked.
He did.
Yeah.
Big time.
Yeah. But I haven't watched any music shows like that since The Voice, actually. And before The Voice, I avoided X Factor like the plague for years as well. I can't stand it. It's so fucking
manufactured.
Yeah. I don't give a fuck.
So fake, really.
And everyone, I don't understand what the draw is. Every year the same thing.
I don't know, it's just hearing people sing. I just like singers.
Yeah.
And some of them you get on there are very good. And to be fair, I like to be critical of people. So I like to listen and go, that was shit. That was shit. That wasn't very good.
Yeah. It winds me up, those programs.
Yeah, you get angry about it, I can tell.
It's this fame-hungry generation that has been, everyone's...
celebrity culture.
Yeah. From Big Brother through to X Factor, and it's all kind of... It's just cringy.
Yeah. Desperate.
Everyone has got their little sob story worked out.
Yes.
You've got to get all the cameras right. It's exploitative, it's cynical, and it doesn't produce anything except cheap, just cheap entertainment for... Actually,
what was terrible was it the other week they did a show where you either had to sing a song by somebody or Elton John. So he's put his name to that.
Yeah.
He's allowing them to do that.
Yeah, and he doesn't need that.
Not at all. Not at all.
I don't know. And I know that without these kinds of competitions, you wouldn't get certain artists or even a certain genre of song. But do they have to be televised? Do you know what I mean?
Just do it. Just don't let me see it.
Take That and Boyzone were put together through these processes. We didn't see it.
Yeah.
Didn't see it on TV. It didn't matter.
And they two are the most successful boy bands this country has produced. And in fact, Liz is going to see Boyzone Saturday.
Really?
Saturday? This week, anyway. She's going to see them.
Yeah,
they're
still going. Take That are still going. We didn't see them on TV. I was sick of them anyway, but you'd have been just
The problem is, though, that process produced Take That.
Yeah.
Which put Gary Barlow in the limelight.
Yeah.
And he is now a judge on X Factor.
Yeah, the snake is eating its own tail, isn't it?
It is, really. How meta is that? But yeah, that's crazy. I understand. I still watch them occasionally because it's quite entertaining.
Yeah.
I find it quite entertaining for the cringe factor, for the fact I like to criticise, and because sometimes they say funny stuff.
Yeah.
Because Sharon Osbourne, Not so much now.
No.
When she was on it before, she was Sharon Osbourne. Now she's kind of toned down.
She's part of the machine now.
She is.
Since the
Fucking the Prince of Darkness's wife.
Well, are they still together? Because they were a bit rocky.
No, I think they're
A
still
couple of
together.
weeks back.
Oh, were they?
Like literally
I
a
don't
couple
know.
of weeks
Oh,
back.
okay,
I saw
know.
a headline on a newspaper or something. Apparently he's
Either
back on
way.
He's back on the drugs again, and she doesn't
Oh,
like it.
really? It's fair enough. She's his manager.
Yeah.
Never shit where you eat.
Yeah.
But actually, saying about things forgotten that I was going to bring up the week.
Yeah.
But do you remember when I said about that? You know that you had the Red Lobster waitress, the black waitress.
Yeah.
Who didn't get a tip because she was black, and then she got a big Kickstarter fund, blah blah blah. And then the following week
Was the lesbian.
lesbian who didn't get a tip because they didn't agree with her lifestyle.
Yeah.
Several podcasts in the last couple of weeks have brought the story up, saying, "Oh, it was found out that the lesbian's tip. It was proven the lesbian one was fake. She did it herself,
Right?
And people had donated to her through PayPal.
No way.
And I called that
You did
weeks ago,
Yeah,
saying
yeah.
she's doing it for the
About
money.
a month ago now. I
She's
think.
doing it for the money because of this
Yeah.
Red Lobster waitress.
You heard it here first, folks.
I proved it, and it has come out that it's fake, and she faked
Yeah.
it because the family whose receipt that was got in contact was like, no, here's the receipt. We gave her a 20% tip, or we gave her a tip,
Brilliant.
or whatever.
Love it.
And it was just like, here's our receipt, here's our credit card bill to prove that we did it. And she got money for it.
It's
People
ridiculous.
donated to a PayPal.
See-
She set up a PayPal for people to give her money.
What a whore.
Yeah. It's just that fame thing again.
This is
isn't
it.
She wanted
Yeah.
to be in the
Oh, that I
news.
can make some money out of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she did.
Fucking copycats.
But I think she got fined or something. For
Yeah, well,
fraud
let's
or
hope
whatever.
so. I'd hope that she was made to give all the money back.
Mm.
I know that's probably impossible.
No,
But, you know.
I know. But yeah, so there we go.
Yeah, so we can
Bitch.
call things.
Yeah, we called it.
I wish I'd had some sort of recording of me calling Tom Daley way back in the day. You
Yeah,
know,
that's true,
5 years ago.
Yeah, see, this goes to show people you should record yourself talking to your
Yes, because one day it pays off.
mate. One day you can go without a shadow of doubt. I was right.
Yeah.
And it's recorded. And that's all there is to it. I
It
was
is,
right.
yeah. I've got
Yeah.
a thing we can go out on,
You've got a thing.
if you like.
Most men have got a thing.
Yeah, well, you know, my
Put the thing in the hole.
I'll put... Oh,
Oh, there we go.
there we go. I found it. This is
Insert.
another thing that I forgot to bring up on last week's show.
Yeah. Are we playing out with this?
I would like
we?
to.
Yeah.
We don't have to stop now, but like, you know,
Yeah, we'll talk about it.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Sorry. Yeah.
Basically, I mean,
We
it's
plan stuff
yeah.
really well in advance.
some guy whose name escapes me because it's not on this website.
Yeah. We don't do research.
has gone through countless episodes of Star Trek: The Next Generation
Yes.
to find clips to make the entire cast of the show sing "Let It Snow" by
Yes.
Bing Crosby, and it's brilliant. And one other quite high-profile podcast has played a bit of it, but they've only played the bit with Captain Jean-Luc Picard.
Well, because they actually said on
Yeah,
there
they did.
They took clips of Jean-Luc Picard.
But that's
Yeah,
incorrect.
That's incorrect.
I'm
They
calling
don't
Ralph
do
Garman out
research.
on his shit research. In fact, it's the entire cast. You've got Data. He sings a bit. You got excuse me.
I'm not a Trek fan, so
You
the
got
names escape.
You got Commander Riker singing
Yes.
a bit. You got Troy singing a bit. You've got Dr. Crusher singing a bit. You know, there's everyone on here. So I'm going to play the entire 1 minute 45 second because they couldn't possibly have done more than 10 seconds on their very busy show.
Yeah.
So I'm going to play you the entire song
Yes.
because, you know, it's coming up to Christmas and this is a Christmas
Song of sorts.
done by the cast of Star Trek: The Next Generation, and I hope that I've put it in the right socket. I haven't. See?
That's the thing. Always know which one was wrong.
Wrong hole, fool. So here it is, the cast of Star Trek singing "Let It Snow." Hopefully.
No, it was in the right hole to start with.
Bollocks.
You shouldn't doubt
It
yourself.
wasn't. Right. Oh,
amazing.
God.
Amazing.
Join in next week for our Christmas show.
Oh, fantastic.
And, next week, actually, this is the next show of ours is the Christmas show. It is pre-recorded.
Yes.
So this is the last time we're talking to you live from this week.
That's a good point.
Have a Merry Christmas
and a
Happy New Year, because we won't be back now properly
Yes.
live until 2014.
Yeah, so any interactions over the Christmas period we will be talking about and mentioning on the first episode of the year.
Yeah.
First
yeah.
Sunday in January.
And in that
2014.
time, we hope to come up with some ideas for the 52nd episode, which might be
or
the
the
53rd.
anniversary episode.
Because we realised that actually the 52nd episode
is the last of the first year.
Yeah.
But then the next week, it's like the first of the new year.
So we
it's
might...
like the anniversary of when we first started.
Yeah, so we might give ourselves an extra week.
Yeah. Not that we need it.
No.
Because we plan stuff really well.
Yeah, and everyone's on board.
Yeah. So that Jean-Luc Picard song.
So yeah.
Star Trek song.
So happy Christmas and all the rest of it.
Yes.
Here's the next generation doing Let It Snow, hopefully.
Oh, the weather outside is frightful, but the fire is so delightful. And since we've no place to go, make it so, make it so, make it so. Man, it doesn't show signs of stopping. And I brought me some tea Earl Grey hot. The lights are turned way down low. Make it so, make it so, make it so. When we finally kiss goodnight. How I hate going out in the storm. But if you...
Really?
Shut up, Wesley! All the way home, I'll be...
Warm. Oh, the fire is slowly dying. And my dear...
We're still goodbye, then. But
As long as you
love me so.
make it so.
Make it so. Make it so.
Bomb.
There we go. Lovely. So, lovely. So actually less than 145, 110.
Oh, you liar.
I know. But they couldn't have played the rest of that song on their show.
No.
No. Anyway.
We love them, though.
We do. Join us again next week for the Christmas special.
Of Anywhere But
I'm
Here.
going to try not to big it up too much. But yes, come back next week for Anywhere But Here's Christmas special for this week for episode 47. I've been Tom.
I've been Ant.
Bye.
Bye-bye.